I like to believe that God talks to me from time to time. And one thing I was watching a video from this dude I just subscribed to. He's kind of like the philosopher type, and the topic was about isolation. Yeah, one guy was breaking it down in a way that made so much sense. Because if you go in accordance to today's standards, man, you be trying to play keep up with some of the craziest standards in the world, man. I mean, for those who can, do what you can. But I think I had a moment, and the best way I got to that moment was really just discovering myself and who I am. Not necessarily what I want, but you gotta live with you. If the concert's too expensive, what do you say? You make your own concert. Boy, when he said that, I knew to make this video. Because sometimes, man, especially things getting more expensive, people coming harder to come by, you know. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know if they're friendly or not. You don't know a lot of different things. Hell, sometimes people that you've known for a long time, you could end up not knowing who they are at all. Again, it goes back to purpose and source and things like that. Sometimes you don't need all the distractions. Sometimes you don't need all the extra craziness. Sometimes you just need to be by yourself. Isolation is not always a bad thing. It can be. Especially those who don't necessarily do too well with being by themselves. But I'll say this much, man. Experiment with creating your own fun. Because fun is different when it's coming from you as opposed to you having to go buy it. I'm just saying. And don't get me wrong, again, there's a lot of entertaining things out there, but I see a lot of people struggling. A lot of people struggling, man. I'm struggling. What you think TGW's about, man? It's me being my own promoter, being my own little. I know it's nothing close to real life, but that's the spectacle of it. Coming from the video game, is that you can get it pretty close, and I could create some pretty crazy matches. Although I'm using the 2K19 map, so there's probably a lot of things we're missing, like nails and thumbtacks and inferno matches and all that kind of craziness, but still doesn't bother me because I'm creating my own. And whether people like it, whether they don't, it's entirely up to them. It's up for them to decide. I have a show tonight at 7. It's a premiere basically. So any show that you see from me has already been done. So don't be asking me. Okay? Don't be asking me who won and who's the new champion and all that. I don't know. That's not the point of that. You gotta wait just like the rest of us. Or wait when I post it. Or wait till I post it. So this person says, you will talk about wrestling. Maybe. Maybe not. All depends. Just, Yeah, exactly that. What's going on in the world? I see a lot of people struggling, man. But I just wouldn't get so caught up in the hype and caught up in you're missing out on something. You ain't missing out on nothing, man. Like I said, for those who can do it, it's up to you. But if you know you can't do it, then create your own fun and forget the stress, forget the mess. That's up to you. I'm not going to stress out because I couldn't afford this or afford that and can't afford it, you can't afford it. And I'm the last person on this planet to tell you that I got all the money in the world. Okay? Even if I had me a meal or two, I would still have the Cash App post still posted there. Okay? Just in case. If I'm doing a good job and you do want to donate, hit a little something here or there, you know what I mean? But Tom says, and if you're going in going in on order with these new live streams, where's one and two? I told you it was one and two. And if you missed out on one and two, well, you missed out. Pretty much, three explains it. And I said I apologize to dude. Are you a troll here on his behalf? I already said my piece. I ain't got no beef with dude. I did say if he wanted to work together, but I don't know. You're bound not to know to what's going to happen in this wild world of ours. And yes, I am live. But I'm talking more about just creating your own fun as opposed to anything else. I think that's what the video game world turned into, but it got thrown out of whack. Somewhere down the road, you know, stories got lost on our generation, you know. And I guess the new generation, they're going to be interested in what they're interested in. It's really hard to partake either way. Because there are people who are from my generation who are doing very well playing keep up. Me, myself, if I want to do PlayStation 5, PlayStation 6, my plan is to save and then see what the gold is looking like and see if I want to invest. See if I can invest. You know, everybody always wants to meet somebody. That's why we do this YouTube thing. But don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't be. I can't listen to what the world has to say. The world does what it does. I do what I do. I try to learn examples from what not to do. And through it all, try to make the right choice. Like I said, I got to clean up my act here on the old YouTubesters. So we got to create more positive messaging. Although I probably won't be as live as long. I probably won't be live for like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Just, live, little 30 minutes. Maybe even shorter than that. Maybe longer than that. Who knows? Magic Magic Darker says you were in the Navy because you're the YMCA village people type. Really? Yeah, maybe I am. But really and truthfully, I joined the Navy because at the time I needed my own money. I needed to make my own decisions. And even though I spent a good chunk of time in the barracks, you could say that the Navy gave me everything I was looking for, plus more. As a matter of fact, I still think about the Navy from time to time, but when I think about it, I just think about the good times and cherish more of the good times I had and try to forget about the bad times and just try to move on, move strong, do the best you can with what you got, and that's all you can do. Like I said, we probably gonna have some trolls coming here, whatchamacallit, trying to call themselves making fun. But please, my name is Tru Sherm. Okay? They used to literally call me Sherm in the military. Okay? So trust and believe when I say that I'm used to being made fun of every which way. Even if it's unintentional, I'm pretty sure if it's done in unintentionally, then I don't take it personally. In any organization, really, I feel the more you take things personal, or take it to a personal level, or take it to an unemotional level. I mean, what happens here on YouTube? I alluded to the fact that watermelon, I didn't even allude to the fact that it bothered me. I was just like, I haven't eaten watermelon in 15 years. That's all I kept saying. And the trolls over on whichever site, they started posting watermelons, so I trolled them back. I said, if you want Carmelo Anthony free, then post watermelons in the chat. And after about 5 minutes, no more watermelons. He said, you did a food review on mini harvest cheddar sun chips. Food reviews. I don't know if we'll do food reviews. If I do food reviews, if I work on them, they'll probably be in the form of an edited style, kind of like an edit style kind of thing. And if I do any kind of like topical videos, I'll bring back Mini Sherm Show. Now, in terms of lives, I don't know necessarily how they'll work. I'll do them as long as I can, as long as I'm allowed to do them, as long as I can do them, and as long as I have a topic to talk about. There might be some gaps in between because I might be working on, this here or the other. I got to work on my legacy. Again, the reason why you don't see True Live 1 and 2 is more than likely because I'm working on that very legacy. So, and I'm not above it, I'm not like Captain Super Goody Two Shoes to the fifth. I'm not trying to put on some sort of good guy personification or anything like that. I still got a little bit of that outlaw on me, baby. But my focus is on the future one way or another. So we'll see if food reviews are in that future. We're definitely going to carry on with our gaming stuff. We're going to carry on with our TGW stuff. And if there's still an audience out there that's willing to watch, I will definitely be a willing participant, content creator who will be willing to post. But we'll see, because I don't know how crazy AI is going to get. And if AI starts getting to a point where it's like, okay, all right, good luck, everybody. I did what I did. That's my channel. That's what I'm leaving. Leaving it behind, and hopefully I did some good work. I talked about some good topics. I talked about some things that kind of got the wheels turning. But if not, then you know what to do. I don't know what they did with the thumbs down button. I don't even know if it still exists, but you know, you also don't have to sit here and hold your phone and, you know, watch. You could always scroll to a different person. So hey, if you watching something you don't like, then you torturing yourself, baby. I'm not forcing you to be here. But if you are here, I do appreciate you. So think about some of the things that I said, and I will see you next time. Peace out.